Now she no longer saw his hand, but could feel its reptilian chill on her knee through the lightweight wool of her dress. The creeping nausea in the pit of her stomach alerted her, second by second, to the sensation of his meaty fingers slithering down toward her hemline. This is why girls should wear pants. She hated the unnatural feeling of holding her legs daintily together, but Estelle had insisted she appear ladylike for their night out with her fiancé. What good was Estelle to her now, or Sanford? If Will alerted them to the mauling, Estelle might make a scene, exposing her to more embarrassment. Or she might doubt the veracity of her claim, even worse. She always held Will suspect. She'd never forget the look on Estelle's face when Will had been playing dress-up with some of Pop's clothes. Will couldn't have been more than 10, Estelle 15. The look on Estelle's face as Will drew a fake mustache on her lip using Mama's eyebrow pencil. It was as if Will had gunned down the neighbors. Will explained it away as research for a theatrical production, but Estelle snorted and left the room, bidding her to change out of the garish disguise immediately. Estelle refused to believe anything but the worst about her little sister. Will felt trapped on all sides. Then an idea came to her. "May I borrow your fan?" Estelle smiled and opened her pocketbook. As Will flipped open the garish, rose-covered bamboo contraption, she saw her sister turn to Sanford and whisper something. She heard her mention her name, Wilhelmina. Estelle was probably so thrilled by any feminine behavior on Will's part that she simply had to froth at the mouth about it. Meanwhile, after a few cursory swipes of the thing to back up her claim of being overheated, Will managed to lower the fan down to her knee and slide it under the slippery fingers of the old man. She'd been playing dead mouse and now felt ready to escape the cat's paw. With one thrust upward of the fan, she managed to spatula his fingers off of her. Success. Will exhaled silently, but held the fan in place through the whole second reel and well into the third to guard against further intrusions. The cinema-going experience could have been a complete delight if Will had only been allowed to experience it alone. She could cross her legs like a man, smoke as many cigarettes as she liked, and lose herself in the pictures and story. Marion filled the screen, costumed in male garb and wearing a Dutch boy bob in an attempt to impersonate her brother who'd been lost at sea. A burst of ardor made Will sit upright and not give a damn about Estelle or the cretin beside her. She watched as an angry mob hounded Marion, intent on punishing her for ringing a bell and stopping a boxing match mid-fight. How she would love to chase down Marion, pull her off the cobblestone path into a maze of alleyways and tell her, "It's all right, you're safe with me." Will could not believe what she saw next. Furious men tied Marion roughly to the whipping post. Will could feel an excitement building in her as the hulking boxer sadistically applied the lash. The on-screen crowd cheered with bloodthirst as they watched Marion's public humiliation. After each lash came close-ups of her pained face. Will wanted to comfort her, rescue her, but also relished in her punishment. The poor lass cried for the whipping to end, but to no avail. At last, her shirt torn to shreds, she released a final cry for mercy. "I'm a girl!" The crowd gasped as the fighter pulled her blouse down to inspect the goods. The sight of the girl now untied, holding her torn garment against her bosom, weeping as her bare shoulders trembled, made Will swoon. In her excitement, the fan must have dropped to the floor, for next thing she knew, the old man was bending down and offering it to her. She grabbed it roughly, shot him a sneer, and when he tried to lean in closer to her, elbowed him away. She did not want any distraction from the screen. Will imagined holding the shaking Marion close to her, whisking her away from the mob on horseback, and then laying her down on a soft blanket of bloodroot wildflowers. Will would then remove the tattered shreds of clothing from her abused body, gently but purposefully, never breaking eye contact with the grateful girl. She couldn't wait to get home and slip into bed with these images in mind. When the film ended, Will excused herself to the